Right, amid the ongoing case of Conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar and actor Jacqueline Fernandez, India Today has now accessed exclusive messages that Sukesh Chandrashekhar sent to actor Jacqueline, who he's claimed to be his girlfriend. And those messages that were sent were done so while he was behind bars in Tihar. These messages, Sukesh can be seen asking Jacqueline to wear a black kurta for what he called a court date. He also says that he has fixed a big budget, big film for the actor, so she's got to wait on as he works towards her career. Jacqueline Fernandez never responded, though, to any of the messages that came in from Sukesh, after which the conman started asking Jacqueline not to, or rather pestering her not to ignore him, respond to his messages. Remember earlier, Jacqueline had approached the court to say that Sukesh Chandrashekhar was troubling her with letters that he was writing to her constantly, which were distressing and affected her well-being. But Sukesh responded to the actor's allegations, calling this a media stunt.
These are extremely concerning messages, as you rightly pointed out. But at the outset, I want to tell you, this is a complete failure of the jail authorities. It's an absolute failure. Look, what are we looking at? There is a man who is sitting behind the bars. He is writing such cryptic messages to my client. She is a lady. She stays all alone in this country. What is she asking for? She is a prosecution witness identified by Delhi police against Sukesh Chandrashekhar. If she is a prosecution witness, she needs to be protected. She is a lady. Her dignity needs to be protected. She has written complaints to the Delhi police. She has written complaints to the National Human Rights Commission. She has written complaints to the National Commission for Women. It is a duty of all these authorities to intervene and jump to her rescue. Whatever the accused wants to say before the court, he has the right to say. But he cannot write such letters to the media targeting my client.
The prisoner used to smuggle, particularly these wealthy prisoners, they used to smuggle mobile phone inside the jail, either in connivance of the prison staff or by laches on the part of the prison staff. They used to have these mobile phones, and if you are having mobile phone, and you are using the mobile phone at a place where jammers are not working. In Tihar, we are having so many jammers, but these jammers, there is a space which is called neutral space where these jammers are not working. They are choosing such space and using these mobile phones to just show that they can browbeat the prison system.
All right, where you have all those reactions on Jacqueline Fernandez being almost pestered and stalked by her alleged so-called lover, the conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar, and all this he does while he's in prison. That's the shocking part here, that Sukesh Chandrashekhar has access to a mobile phone, he's got access to internet, he's able to constantly text Jacqueline, and he's got all information of what Jacqueline's up to. So clearly here, Jacqueline Fernandez reaching out to court, asking for some kind of relief from the man constantly sending her a barrage of text messages seems legit. Let me take you through exactly what Sukesh Chandrashekhar has sent to Jacqueline Fernandez and many of those messages that India Today has accessed. Here's one of those. Sukesh Chandrashekhar asking Jacqueline, wear a black kurta for our court date. So we know that Jacqueline has been dragged into this entire mess. In fact, she has been accused of benefiting from the proceeds of the crime, though Jacqueline has countered that in court legally. She's fighting that case. But as they go in and out of court on this case, here is Sukesh Chandrashekhar trying to woo her despite being in prison. He says, eagerly waiting for you, eagerly waiting to talk to you, baby. The kind of text messages that he sends her despite being arrested, a conman, his entire modus operandi has been exposed, but yet we see the brazenness with which he gets in touch with her and is conversing with her. Jacqueline Fernandez so far has not responded to any of his texts. He goes on to say, don't let trolls upset you, you are my princess. Sukesh Chandrashekhar, we know, has his way with words, and he continues to do so, trying to woo Jacqueline despite his entire game plan being exposed. He's in prison, and through prison sending out these messages. Have fixed a big film for you. Here again, Jacqueline clearly was wooed by Sukesh Chandrashekhar on multiple promises, and he goes on, he continues to make promises to Jacqueline while in prison saying that I'm fixing a big ticket film for you, so hang in there. He says, stop shying away. I'm sure you saw my messages. Well, this is Sukesh being the persistent one that he's known to be, going to watch you on TV today. This is Sukesh Chandrashekhar constantly texting Jacqueline almost as if a stalker, without Jacqueline actually responding to any of his messages. My baby, I love you forever. These are love texts that he's bombarding her with, constantly sending her text messages. The question is, how does he have a mobile phone inside Tihar jail? Certainly failure of the jail officials as well. Sukesh going on to say, please upload your pic in black dress. And then he goes on to say, no matter what, I will never let you go. Well, this is creepy. If anything, this is absolutely creepy with a con man, whether they were in a relationship or not before he was arrested. The fact that he is now in prison, he's facing allegations of extortion, cheating, threat, whatnot. The man still has the audacity to pursue his love affair with Jacqueline. He says, don't throw me away. Well, really trying to make himself the victim here. He says, I really love you, don't throw me away, we'll make things better, we'll try and improve things. First of all, he's got to get out of prison. He's quite confident that he will, which is why or at least he's hopeful. He says, I love you, don't make wrong decisions. This is Sukesh Chandrashekhar, who's said to have been married before. He has a wife, has had multiple relationships at the same time while he was also dating Jacqueline Fernandez. This is information that's come in. But he continues to pursue the biggest film star who was part of this, unfortunately part of this entire scandal. That's Jacqueline. And then goes on. And in fact, as you know, we've projected here for you that Jacqueline has not responded to any of his text messages so far. So it was a one-way street, at least for the fact that messages were coming in only from Sukesh Chandrashekar's end. Jacqueline has been mute all along. In fact, she's reached out to court now asking for this kind of harassment to stop. Arvind Oja, who's been tracking those developments for us. Arvind, Sukesh Chandrashekhar को फोन कैसे मिल रहा है तिहाड़ जेल के अंदर? उसको इंटरनेट है, फोन है, शायद टीवी भी है, क्योंकि वो बोल रहा है मैं टीवी पर देखूंगा आपको. ये डरावना है. कोई लड़की डर जाएगी, स्पेशली उसको भी ये केस के बीच में लिया गया है. बहुत सारे एलिगेशंस जैकलीन के ऊपर भी है. तो अब क्या पता चला है पुलिस के थ्रू कि इनको इंटरनेट और फोन एक्सेस कैसे मिला?
नहीं, देखिए जबीला, सबसे पहले तो जो आपने कहा कि काफी डरावना, बिल्कुल आप सही कह रही हैं. एक मैसेज मैं और पढ़ना चाहूंगा जो सुकेश ने व्हाट्सएप पर जैकलीन को भेजा था, जिसमें उसने लिखा कि बेबी दिस मंथ ऑन 6th वी हैव अ कोर्ट डेट एंड इफ यू आर बीइंग प्रोड्यूस थ्रू वीसी प्लीज वियर अ ब्लैक कुर्ता और वियर एनीथिंग इन ब्लैक सो दैट आई नो यू हैव सीन ऑल माई मैसेजेस. यानी जब कोर्ट की प्रोसीजिंग चल रही थी उस दौरान भी सुकेश लगातार जैकलीन को मैसेज कर रहा था और ड्रेस के बारे में, ड्रेस कॉम्बिनेशन कौन सा होगा, तुम प्रोसीजिंग के दौरान ये ड्रेस पहन के आना. और जब जैकलीन ने ये सारे मैसेज इग्नोर किए, उसके बाद भी मैसेज सुकेश ने किया कि यू आर हर्टिंग मी, तुम ये ड्रेस पहन करके नहीं आई. तो लगातार जो जैकलीन के लॉयर है उनका कहना है कि पहले तो ये मैसेज इग्नोर किए गए, लेकिन टेक्स्ट मैसेज के बाद वॉइस मैसेज भी आना शुरू हुए, जिसमें कहीं ना कहीं इनडायरेक्ट थ्रेटनिंग भी था, जिसके बाद बकायदा जो दिल्ली पुलिस की ईओडब्ल्यू की टीम है उसको जैकलीन के लॉयर ने कंप्लेन किया ईओडब्ल्यू की टीम को, क्योंकि ईओडब्ल्यू के केस में जैकलीन विटनेस के तौर पर है. ईडी के केस में अक्यूज्ड है, लेकिन दिल्ली पुलिस का जो ईओडब्ल्यू का केस है उसमें जैकलीन विटनेस है. इस वजह से ईओडब्ल्यू को भी कहा गया. उसके अलावा कोर्ट में भी एप्लीकेशन मूव की गई है. जैकलीन का कहना है कि लगातार थ्रेट कर रहा है, मुझे हैरेस कर रहा है, इसलिए इस पर स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन होना चाहिए. अब जेल की अगर बात की जाए तो जो दिल्ली की तिहाड़ जेल है वो ऑलरेडी बदनाम है. लगातार वहां से जिस तरह की तस्वीरें आती हैं, चाहे गैंगस्टर के बीच गैंगवॉर की हो या पिछले दिनों दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट के एक मिनिस्टर थे उनकी मैसेज के वीडियो आए थे. कई गैंगस्टर है वो बकायदा मोबाइल फोन का यूज करते हैं. लेकिन जहां तक सुकेश की बात की जाए, एक हाई प्रोफाइल प्रिजनर है वो, और उसकी उसकी वजह से जेल के तकरीबन 100 से ज्यादा जो जेल स्टाफ है वो सस्पेंड हो चुके। बावजूद इसके वो कैसे मोबाइल फोन यूज कर रहा है, ये अपने आप में बड़ा सवाल है और कहीं ना कहीं जेल स्टाफ पर, जेल ऑफिशियल पर ये बड़े सवाल खड़े करता है। हालांकि जो सुकेश के लॉयर है उनका कहना है कि जो जेल में जो भी सुविधाएं एक आम प्रिजनर को मिलती है वो सुकेश को भी मिल रही है, लेकिन बड़ा सवाल ये है कि वो वर्चुअल नंबर कैसे यूज कर रहा है, कैसे लगातार जैकलीन फर्नांडिस को वो मैसेज कर रहा था। ये सारी वो चीजें हैं जिसको लेकर जैकलीन और उनके वकील वो कोर्ट का रुख किए हैं और कोर्ट से अपील की गई है कि सुकेश पर एक्शन लिया जाए। लगातार वो लेटर भी लिख रहा है जिससे जैकलीन को परेशानी हो रही है। तो जैकलीन की नींद उड़ी हुई है, खास तौर से पहले वो लेटर लिख रहा था लेकिन अब वो डायरेक्ट मैसेज कर रहा है व्हाट्सएप पर, जिससे जैकलीन काफी परेशान है। इस वजह से उन्होंने अपने लॉयर के जरिए अलग अलग जो डिपार्टमेंट है उनको कंप्लेन किया हुआ है। इंडिया टुडे ने ये एक्सक्लूसिव एक्सेस किया है ये सारे मैसेजेस जो सुकेश ने जैकलीन को भेजे थे। कुछ ऑडियो भी मैसेज है, बहुत पॉसिबल है कि वो कुछ देर बाद हम एक्सेस कर पाए, लेकिन ये टेक्स्ट मैसेज है जिसके बिहाफ पर जैकलीन ने पुलिस को और कोर्ट में एप्लीकेशन फाइल की है।
Arvind Ojha, thanks very much for joining us with those details. As we see Sukesh Chandrashekhar, who's still in prison, there are questions being raised about how far he's been granted special benefits in exchange for what. Sukesh Chandrashekhar receiving that kind of VIP treatment inside jail prison begs us to ask these very important questions. How was Sukesh Chandrashekhar in the first place using a mobile phone in Tihar jail? This is something that the jail authorities must respond to. In fact, what's shocking is that he's using a foreign number. Who gave him that foreign number? Who's facilitated these kind of perks for Sukesh Chandrashekhar in prison? Did cops even stop Sukesh Chandrashekhar from harassing Jackie? First of all, did they know that he was constantly texting people? And the fact that he was harassing Jacqueline Fernandez, were there any attempts by the police there to stop him from doing so? Now, does Sukesh Chandrashekhar, the fact that he's in Tihar jail itself shows that this is a serious crime and he's been accused of extortion and threat and whatnot. And the fact that he's still receiving this VIP treatment, could we call this laxity by the Tihar police? Clearly, it's looking on every level of failure by the cops of Tihar jail. There's got to be a response to come in. India Today very closely following those details.